After listening to Simon Sinek's talk on why leaders eat last, I feel confident in answering the following questions. The first one is, do you have the type of psychological safety and trust in your organization that Simon Sinek described? When I began my career 15 years ago, the psychological safety was not as strong for me as it was for others. The atmosphere had a family feel. It felt like several sets of families that would come together at times, but then go back to their own group in the end. As my career has progressed, I have observed the importance of training on leadership grow within the organization. Through this, the individual families have grown to be more of a single family than there was before. Now, each member of the family has a say when there's an opportunity for it. Officers have grown relationships with each other, and there is a pride in taking care of one another. We also hold each other to a high standard of accomplishment in multiple areas. Although there are moments when the trust is broken, we come back together through the strong foundation and bonds built. As Simon Sinek discusses his circle of safety, he describes how we are social animals and must work together. This is how and why the circles are created. It releases the endorphins when we are in a group. Humans enjoy the way this makes us feel. He also mentions dopamine. When you have one member succeeding, we all want part of it. The feeling of accomplishment is addictive, but must be monitored. This can be positive to grow the department. The next question is, what can you do to increase the amount of trust individuals you lead have for you? As a leader of the department, I must find ways to ensure that everyone feels like they are part of the circle of safety. If a person does not feel part of the circle, they will be defensive towards other members of the department and the people they encounter. It will be harder on them and make them more vulnerable. The dangers we face inside our agency are not a constant, they are a variable. This is where the decisions leaders like me can make others feel safe. We must feel safe to expand and be ourselves within the circle. Sinek goes on in his discussion on how we need to balance dopamine and endorphins. With our experiences, we release serotonin and oxytocin. The release of serotonin comes from the sense of accomplishment of another person you help reach their goal. Oxytocin is released when we are with someone we care about, even if it's just being with them and doing nothing. We can witness a kind act and we will release oxytocin because of how good the kind act makes us feel. Sinek adds one last chemical in the lecture, cortisol. It's released when there is stress or anxiety. People will feed off your levels. As a leader, we may be going crazy on the inside, but we need to be calm and collected on the outside. This reassures those around you, give them confidence and whatever is ahead of them. In conclusion, psychological safety is present in our department. It has taken work to get there. We cannot relax and be satisfied with where it's at. We must keep working to build the trust amongst our department and our community.